Hello, everyone. Our Kingdom Kids Sunday School lesson this morning began with a prayer and a pair of shoes. A pair of shoes, you might ask. Why a pair of shoes? Well, let's take a moment and look at our shoes. Think about where you've been and where you go when you wear them. We talked about how our shoes give our feet the comfort and support that we need in order to get us comfortably and safely to wherever we're going. Well, until they become really old and worn like mine, and I was advised to throw them away and get a new pair. Good idea, Indrina. I think I'll take your advice. Our Bible story today tells an amazing story about a day when two men were walking on a road from Jerusalem to the village of Emmaus. They were very sad because Jesus had died and his body was no longer in the tomb. Someone very important met up with them and wanted to know why they were so sad. The men, they didn't recognize this man, this stranger who was with them, and couldn't believe that he didn't even know Jesus or anything that had happened to him. As they walked, they talked more about Jesus. And it was very late at night when they arrived in Emmaus. The two men were tired. They were ready to go inside. But the stranger, he kept on walking. Well, the two men stopped him and invited him to stay. Come inside, have supper with us, they said. When they sat down to eat, the stranger picked up a loaf of bread. He said a prayer, and he broke the bread into pieces and shared it with the two men. It was then that the two men realized that the man they had been walking with was Jesus. Jesus had been with them the entire day, the whole way. So our lesson teaches us that we often need something or someone we can depend on, like a good pair of shoes, to give us support and comfort on our journeys. Our friend Hope shared a great example of this. Hope was holding a very special doll, a doll she had gotten as a Christmas present, one that looked almost exactly like her. Well, she likes this doll very much and often takes it with her when she goes to different places. Do you have a doll at home? Or maybe you have a stuffed animal, or 2 or 3 or 4, or maybe even more. Something that you hold close to you and rely upon, something that brings you peace and comfort and security. Well, like the two men in the story, we also talked about things that we see, but we don't truly recognize. There was a Bible verse that I printed on a piece of paper. I held it far away. Our students could see that there were words on the paper, but they couldn't read them. I asked them, what can I do to help them read the Bible verse? They asked me to bring it closer and closer and closer. I continued to do this until it was close enough that they could actually read it. It says, their eyes were opened and they recognized him. And this is taken from Luke chapter 24, verse 31a. Well, then we played a game of charades. Our students took turns acting something out, and we had to guess what they were or what they were doing. Well, most of our students pretended to be animals. But our friend Adia, she was thinking about the Bible story. She pretended to take bread, say a prayer, and break the bread into pieces to share it with everyone. She was pretending to be Jesus, just like in today's story. I showed our friends that exact thing is in Luke chapter 24, verse 30. So all of these things helped us learn that sometimes we have to see something much closer to look at things in a different way before we can see it and truly understand. Jesus is always with us, even when we don't believe it. Our Bible verse from last week says, "Blessed are those who have not seen me, but still have believed." This verse is taken from the Gospel of John, chapter 20, verse 29b. We ended our lesson with a prayer and a homework assignment. Yes, my friends, homework! On this beautiful day, I would like for you and your families to go on a prayer walk. Now, the document for this exercise is posted on our Kingdom Kids Connections Facebook page. So, on your walk, you're going to look for all these things, and then you're going to say a prayer. For example, the first thing you want to find is a bird. And when you see one, thank God for promising to always be with us. Second, you can look for a bug. And when you find one, ask God to heal those who are sick. And so on and so on. Find all the things and all of the prayers. Remember, friends, put on a good pair of walking shoes and take a doll or a stuffed animal along with you to bring you comfort along the way. You never know who might want to join you on your prayer walk. We ended our lesson with a prayer called Out in the Fields. And it goes like this. The little cares that worried me, I lost them yesterday among the fields above the sea, among the lowing of the herds, the rustling of the trees, among the singing of the birds, the humming of the bees. The foolish fears of what might pass, I cast them all away, among the clover-scented grass, among the new-mown hay, among the hushing of the corn, where drowsy poppies nod, where ill thoughts die and good are born, out in the fields of God. I hope you all feel the presence of the Lord with you this week, right by your side as you work and as you play. And remember, take time to pray and thank Him for always being with you. See you next Sunday, everyone. Have a great day. God bless.